matter to facilitate Ghana's ongoing efforts aimed at apprehending the individual and bringing him to justice within the context of our long-standing bilateral relations, despite the absence of a legally binding extradition treaty. That's from the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Of course, like I said, the minister himself uploaded it on his Facebook page. Mr. KUMADOE, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Sana.
Richard KUMADOE is a security and fraud consultant. First, starting from your expertise, would you say the man has engaged in fraudulent behavior?
It's to the extent that he took those pictures without the knowledge or the consent of the people. If you stretch it into the area of fraud, then that is fraud. If you stretch it into the common area of cyber, because he has uploaded it on social media without their knowledge, or keeping it on his phone without their knowledge, it flouts our cybersecurity laws in this country. So that is the way it goes.
Well, the ministry acknowledges that there's no legally binding extradition treaty between Ghana and Russia. Does that make it difficult for us to pursue this man and get him?
No, there are various ways of doing it. If we establish as a state that a crime has been committed against our own, we can press charges and try him in absentia. Whatever comes out of the court, then we will use that as an international warrant to look for this person. Irrespective of whichever country he is, we are looking for him, or we declare him as somebody who has committed a crime in our country. And this is what our judges have come up with. That can be done. If we can find him in whichever country it is, now that we are hearing that he's not Russian, if investigation proves that he's not, and they just create a narrative as a this guy or as a decoy, then the original country he comes from, we'll find out whether do we have extradition treaty with them. Or wherever we find him, there are standard protocols and international layers where people who commit crime in one zone or the other can be placed there, and wherever they go, they become fugitives.
I see. So the first step we need to do is proceed against him in Ghana, in the Ghanaian courts.
The fact that he has committed a crime.
Okay.
What did our law say?
Okay.
And proceed with that and try him in absentia. And so we do not waste so much time with it. Then we wait for judgment. And once the court give a judgment, we use that one as a license in the international arena to say, this person, by this description, who purported to be coming from A, B, C, D, has committed this crime. This is what our judges have said in the court of law, fair trial, and we are looking for him. Whoever sees him to treat him as a fugitive of crime.
But as we speak now, there's no official complaint from any of the ladies made to Ghanaian or to any security service, not to the police, nobody.
Anybody at all can make that complaint on their behalf because the state is interested. Some individuals are interested, so they can make their complaint and we take it from there.
There are some people suggesting that they can find this man and bring him. Is it that easy?
Yes, it is. So all persons can be brought home. One early morning, you are here drinking porridge with us for breakfast.
I see.
You want to go into the other area, the other one that lead, and this politics, wahala with our uncle who is in the hands of IC, right? So now you remember I told you before, if it is the police that was handling that case, or my former workplace, the BNI, early morning you would have been here with us, having porridge and bullfruit.
I see.
So there's no wahala there at all.
That one was our citizen, but we are still struggling to bring him back.
Because
this was a foreign national.
You adapt the wrong approach. You see, sometimes you can be doing the right things wrongly, and you can be doing the wrong things rightly. So approach is important. Standard procedure is important. Timing is important. Prevention is important. Preventative approach and methodologies are important. So my mother would say, when you live in a glass house, you don't throw stone. But then you can actually throw a stone. She will say, look at the size of the stone and the distance at which you are throwing it. That determines the impact and the effect it will have. So you look at what is available to you, you do things properly, appropriately, then you go. Other than that, you might be creating problems for yourself.
I see. This is quite interesting. But does it help that the Russian authorities say we've received similar reports and we are pursuing the matter?
Definitely, yes. In the days we live now, and the nature of the crimes being committed online, and the geopolitical angle of things, they could set up a proxy account or adopt a proxy nationality and create problem for the Russian Federation. And I'm not surprised at all if it's proven out that this guy is not a Russian in the first place. Ghana has a good relationship with Russia. Others might be wanting the same platform they are not getting. So why don't we create problem for the Russians and spy them against the Ghanaians, build up anger against them, and there they go. It's something simple they can do from security intelligence point of view. If this guy is a Russian, then who are behind him? Who are those pushing him into these particular countries they have carefully selected to go after women, knowing that women are the core and the heartbeat of every nation, create an anger and create a spy relationship with Russia. And some of the things Russia will want to push into Africa, and they wouldn't come. So that is the world we live in, and you have to look at it carefully, delicately, and you make those statements. But having said that, it is even good the name of Russia has come in, and I think they have capacity to investigate to get to the bottom of this matter.
Yeah. Well, but you said the very first step for us here in Ghana is to get our cause to find him guilty or start the criminal proceedings
I
against him.
didn't say that. I said establish a course of action.
Establish a course of action.
If
What's
you think
the
he has
difference?
committed a crime, establish that, proceed to the court, and try him in absentia.
Okay.
If at the end of the day your court says fair trial, he has been tried in absentia, these are the charges against him, these are the offenses prescribed by the court. You use that as a warrant in the international waters and look for him. Or put it out there that so and so has committed this crime in this country. He's been looked for. It's just like the way they go to ICC and say that you have a warrant on your head. You cannot travel to certain countries. You can use the same prototype protocols globally, which is allowed and available, and you take it from there.
Thank you. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome, Senna. God bless.
That's Mr. Richard KUMADOE, who is a security and fraud consultant joining us on the line. I think our best bet is agitate the Russians. They'll find him. They can find anybody. Anywhere, they'll find him. Anyway, but that is how we conclude today's show anyway. Just that I still think that this argument that the MPP keeps making, I don't know why this argument keeps getting at me. If I'm selling, okay, so I'm holding this phone. I buy this phone from SM. SM sells the phone to me 30 Ghana cedis or 40 Ghana cedis, and I go and sell it 100 Ghana cedis. Assuming the people who have been buying the phone from me 100 Ghana cedis decide that they will pay 70 Ghana cedis, SM, I lose.
Oh, you know, lose.
So the argument of the MPP does not hold water. It does not hold water. The argument that we also experience price reductions. It depends on how much is the, what do you call it? Is the I think they call it the margin of profits between what you are paying the person for the products. So what I'm paying to buy the products and how much I'm selling the products. So what I'm paying for it and how much I'm selling it, the difference will tell whether or not you lose if prices fall on your side.
You see, Senna, now me share a data be out. On Crawford say NDC Abamuba, they are not always fair to cocoa farmers. Now, share Ore Ghana's producer price for 64 kg bag now. In 2020-2021, Akufo-Addo Mreso, no more ton of 660 cedis. Over 2022-2023 season now, almost a ton of 800 cedis. After 2023-2024 was 2,070 cedis. 2024.
At that time, there had been a significant jump in the price of cocoa on the international market.
Good.
Yes, an all-time high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over 2024-2025, it was 3,100 cedis.
Yeah.
After 2025-2026 season, and a call 3,228 cedis. Until
recently.
Yes, recently, and also 2025-2026, I signed a call 2,365. Bibia Bebuma, and 24 say or say, to 2,000 887 cities.
Yeah.
So I don't agree when people say NDC bar, they are not always fair to cocoa farmers. Somebody cocoa for any year. Say the miracles. Abuaji and Namwa.
Oh no, but for them, you see, the very essence of our politics is milking. Make bad out of good, or make worse out of something that sounds bad. That is how you're building politics.
Well.
You must gradually deconstruct. You somebody is building something, you collapse it gradually. So when the person collapses, ultimately, then it inures to your benefits. Yes. So your success is not, your success is not good news in politics. That's how politics works. So as for them, you can understand where they are going with all this. Sometimes some of the arguments are mindless. Like they don't add up. But you understand. Even if it's not that bad, it must be bad. Well, let's conclude with I want you to play a voice. This is the voice of Dr. Cassiel at Forsten, who is the finance minister. Now, speaking in opposition on what the NDC would do for cocoa farmers, because there's been many talks, there's been a lot of talk about what he said, what Honorable Eriko Poku said. Well, that's what we'll play to conclude the show today. I am Sana Nombo. He is Stephen Mreku. You've heard Davia Malewisi Kelly Obimpe. And then there's also Alaska, who's in charge of Facebook Live. Show produced by Eric Boatin, Patrick Asford Buedu. Coming up next, Bonto. So today's Wednesday. There's a lot of reggae on Wednesday. So this morning, from 10 a.m. right after me, Cool J will take over. And then in the evening, from 7, Primary will be in charge of reggae reasons. So a lot of reggae on Radio Gold. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll leave you with this.
Board as a state-owned organization, or they have over